Hello everyone, my name is Talia Nadir and I'm a grade 11 student. Have you ever lived a moment you already knew you would miss? When I was younger, I used to live life like any other kid my age. I would wake up, play, laugh, and somehow the sun would set before I even noticed. I could spend hours doing absolutely nothing, and it never felt like time was being wasted. But somewhere along the way, things started to change. And now, at 17, time feels louder and faster. And the constant reminder that these are supposed to be the best years of my life somehow makes me afraid of wasting them. Time feels like it's in a frame, and we only notice parts of it. But what if we could step beyond that frame? What if time wasn't something to chase or to fear, but something we simply learn to live inside? As Ferris Bueller once said, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around you once in a while, you could miss it. For years, that sounded wise, but also vague. How do you know when you've looked around enough? When you were present enough to say, I didn't miss this? That question stayed with me, and slowly it turned into something else. A little reminder called FOMO, the fear of missing out. Usually, it's about missing an event or not being part of something. And yes, I have that kind of FOMO too. I want to be everywhere, all the time, all at once. But this isn't the kind of FOMO that I want to talk about, because I realize that I also have another kind of FOMO. A fear of missing the moment I am already in. Afraid I'm not enjoying it enough. Afraid it will pass too quickly and I'll eventually forget it. I got so used to chasing moments that I forgot how to stay in one. Sometimes, even when I'm there is already a small part of me that is sad, thinking about how moments won't last. If you know me, you probably know that all of my childhood best friends live abroad. And that change happened almost overnight. So naturally, I have become much more aware of how limited time can be. Because even during the rare moments when we're all together again, as much as I'm having fun, there is still this little voice in the back of my mind that is reminding me that these moments will soon end. Obviously, making new friends and starting over from zero wasn't always easy. But thankfully, I got to meet new people I now get to call my best friends too. When I finally found a new routine, I was stuck living somewhere in the middle. Part of me trying to move forward and create new memories with the people I met along the way, while another part kept going back to the ones that had already shaped me, with the people I was raised with. And that's when that fear of missing out grew a little bit more, but this time in both directions. Because I know what it feels like to be exactly where I once wanted to be and still be thinking about the other place, the other moment, the other version of my life that I could be living and I'm not, while the one I am is quietly passing by. Over the years, I started to develop a habit that I now realize was just an unconscious way of handling this fear. I started filming, not perfectly, not professionally, just enough to convince myself that moments wouldn't be lost. And now, almost instinctively, whenever something feels special, I find myself reaching for my phone and pressing the record button. I film the big moments, the happy ones, the exciting ones, and the ones that feel important. But I also film the small ones, moments that objectively don't look special at all. And my friends know this about me. It has become so natural at this point that they've gotten used to it. What started as my habit slowly became our memories. And I know that my future self would be grateful I kept. I recently realized that this need of preserving moments had always existed, just a little bit quieter. Not too long ago, as I was writing the speech, I came across my childhood diaries. And I didn't find what you would typically expect to find in a little girl's diaries. I didn't find my daily activities or my secrets, but I found specific little moments my younger self was afraid I would forget by growing up. So whether it was by recording them on my phone or writing them down on paper, I always looked for ways to keep a trace of moments. I guess the idea of being able to relive them again reassures me. It became my own way of trying to go beyond the frame of time, while still getting to hold on to it. And somehow, that made time feel a little less scary. Because stepping beyond the frame of time doesn't mean stopping time or pretending endings don't exist. It means allowing ourselves to live moments fully, even while knowing they won't last. And I realized that my FOMO isn't something negative. It's just proof that I am paying attention. Every laugh, every conversation, and every sunset I now notice, I am living a moment I know I'll look back on. And maybe that's exactly what makes it worth living. So next time you find yourself living a moment you already know you would miss, just remember to appreciate it. Because in the end, the moments we fear losing the most are often the ones we truly lived. Thank you.